Give me fuel, give me fire, give me double shot of
NBC Sports presents the Hershey Kisses 300 live from Daytona International Speedway. The first race of the 2004 NASCAR Busch Series season kicks off tonight with a race that'll certainly change a lot of young drivers' careers. Hello everybody, my commentary name is Taylor from the PRN Big Racing Network. We have 43 drivers, some of them from the Cup Series, and even a few from the, some in the Truck Series and some in the Cup Series, racing alongside series regulars. On the front row for today's race, Bobby Hamilton Jr. and Scott Riggs in the 10. Bobby Hamilton looking for a good year. He had a good year in 2003. Can he cap it off with a Daytona win? Had a very poor race at the top 15 race in the Busch Series. Will he be able to have a better run today than he did in the top 15 race? Scott Riggs finished pretty high up in the points last year. Was not going to go to the Cup Series this season. In fact, he's going to spend one more year in the Busch Series to see if he can get a consistent 2 years in a row. One driver that you do not see up at the front of this field today is our champion, I guess, from the 2003 season. 37 car of David Green. He's in the field, but started way back in the field. Had a terrible qualifying run. He'll start in the back for today's race. We do have 120 laps, so it's a long race, ladies and gentlemen. Hershey Kisses 300. We're about to go green here. About to go rolling off here in a second, but first, the starting lineup. You have the 9 car of Carl Edwards and Stacy Compton in row 2. Ron Hornaday and Martin Truex Jr. in the 3rd row. Casey Cade and Jerry Nadeau make up the 4th row. And in the 5th row, we have Skylar Dixon from the Truck Series. And we have the 99 of Randy LaJoie. That'll be the top 10 for today's race, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to kick things off, get the engines fired, and get set to go racing here from Daytona. As the engines are starting to fire up, we're set to get this race underway. Many drivers up at the front are looking to have a good 2004 season, especially those that didn't have such a great run in 2003. We also have a couple of rookies in the field. Many rookies in the field, of course. The driver's rolling off here with a pace car going down into turn 3 and 4. Lots of drivers from the Trucks and the Cup Series racing in today's race. The first 3 weeks of this season, Cup Series and Truck Series drivers can run. So expect to see a lot of Cup and Truck Series drivers to take part in these races. As the pace car rolls down pit road, Bobby Hamilton will lead them off to the first green flag of the 2004 season. And the Busch Series is underway. Hershey Kisses 300 is underway. Bobby Hamilton trying to hold off Scott Riggs. Scott Riggs has the nose out in front, coming into turn 1. Side by side for the lead still. 3 wide, several rows back there. Martin Truex Jr. giving the bump. The 59 to Stacy Compton. Martin Truex Jr. really trying his hardest not to bump that 59 car too hard into the corners. That'll get him loose and lose control of the car. Scott Riggs has control of the lead down the back straightaway for the first time in this race. And Stacy Compton actually gets up to the 2nd spot with a little bit of help from MTJ. He's got to try and take the lead here in turns 3 and 4. A lot of help by that 8 car, Martin Truex Jr. He is a rookie in this season. Coming out of turns 3 and 4, Stacy Compton has the lead in the 59. And Martin Truex Jr. is going to cross this line in 2nd place. Look at the 3 wide behind them as Stacy Compton leads the first lap of today's race. Fastest at the line was that number 81 car of Dale Earnhardt Jr., and 17 of Christopher Rowan, and the 42 of David Vickers. David Vickers, the runner-up of the 2003 championship points. We will show you the point standings sometime soon in the race. As of right now, the leader is the number 59, Stacey Compton. The 8 car, Martin Truex Jr., trying to chase him down for the lead. And we go on board with Martin Truex Jr. here in turns 3 and 4. Got a Ford leading the field. It's a storybook telling of manufacturers between the Busch Series, Truck Series, and the Cup Series. It's a battle between Ford and Chevys and Dodges. There's no Pontiacs this season. Pontiac left NASCAR at the end of 2003. So every Pontiac driver has moved on to either Dodge, Chevy, or a Ford. Mostly a Dodge. Out of turn 1 and 2, down the backstretch, Stacey Compton still holds the lead over Martin Truex Jr. and Skylar Dixon. Kyle Busch is in 4th. And the 55 of Jerry Nadeau rounds out your top 5. Martin Truex Jr. showing off high levels of skills already in this race. His first race in the NASCAR Busch Series season. And he's already getting off to a hot start in 2nd place behind Skylar Dixon, who in 2003 had quite a what's the word I'm looking for? Controversial 2003 season. Ran part-time for the Cup Series, then hit the pit wall in Indy and caused him to be out of action for the rest of the season. He is now trying to rebuild his career in the Truck Series. In the Truck Series race last night, he did not have such a good run, but not bad for a first-time driver. As the number 8 of Martin Truex Jr. goes for the lead in turns 3 and 4. A lot of help from Skylar and the 05 of Taylor Fry. Martin Truex Jr. will take the lead. Skylar will take 2nd place. He slides up the track, however. And the 05 car, Taylor Fry, a Cup regular in the Busch Series. In today's race, rocking that 05 Xbox original car. Got Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 81. Looking underneath Taylor for the 3rd place spot. Got Tim Fedewa in the 12 right behind that 81 car. Martin Truex Jr. leads. Down the backstretch you go. 3 rows of 3 wide, maybe more. Crossover moves being made by Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to get past Skylar Dixon to get him up to the 1 and 2 spot with his teammate. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Martin Truex Jr. are teammates. Skylar Dixon is being sandwiched by 2 DEI drivers. Tim Fedewa in 4th place, trying to look underneath the 81 for the 3rd spot, but to no avail. Robert Presley in the 47 trying to gain up some spots here. So far, 5 laps have been completed, and David Vickers has the fastest lap. And Noah Robb, a Truck Series champion, in 2nd for the fastest lap. Christopher Rowan still holds the 3rd fastest lap. And look at this 3 wide action here from the onboard camera of the 05 for Taylor. Just a crazy bit of action. As you see, David Green on the 37. There's our champion from last year working his way up to the front of the field. And have such a great qualifying run. He's moving his way on up to the front of the field. Jerry Nadeau, who was in the Cup Series last season, has fallen back to the Busch Series after being replaced by Brian Vickers in the 25 for the Cup Series for Hendrick. However, Jerry Nadeau is still running with Hendrick in the Busch Series. That 55 team is a part of Hendrick Motorsports. And you see 05 of Taylor Fry is going to slot into the inside right behind the 17, Christopher Rowan. Martin Truex Jr. leads, and this is the Hershey Kisses 300, live from Daytona International Speedway. We'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with more coverage, live from Daytona.
Hey, Bobby, how do you get to the chase?
You know where they race modifieds? Start there. Then you'll go past a lot of trucks.
Okay.
What am I, your tour guide? Beat it.
Easy, Kevin. Want to take home the title? You got to get to the chase first. NASCAR 2005 Chase for the Cup. Rated E for everyone.
Just follow me.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
What are you doing?
We're playing the Guitar Hero.
Now there's Guitar Hero Metallica.
So?
So it means you're gonna have to put on some pants, Pops.
Who are you calling Pop?
Metallica and 21 other bands are coming to Guitar Hero. Unleash your inner rock star. Rated T for teen.
Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway, the Hershey Kisses 300 for the NASCAR Busch Series, the first race of the 2004 season. So far, it's been dominated by that 8 car of Martin Truex Jr. starting in the 4th row, or 3rd or 4th row, one or the other. He's worked his way on up to the front, and here comes his teammate Dale Earnhardt Jr. to the 2nd spot. Skylar Dixon just didn't have enough inside room. Dale Earnhardt Jr. threaded that needle very tight. He managed to get... Oh, he's in the wall. Skylar Dixon in the wall. And around he goes. And there he goes. Upside down into the outside wall. This is the big one, ladies and gentlemen. Early in the race and a hard hit as he gets hit by the 49. Bad day for the 56 of Skylar Dixon up at the front, and his day is going to end just how it did last night. Not a good run by this team whatsoever. Meanwhile, the battle for the front here. This is back to the line as we are under caution for the first time in today's race, ladies and gentlemen. Martin Truex Jr. leads. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 2nd. Noah Robb, the 2003 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series champion, in 3rd. Coming to the line, it'll be the 2 teammates, Martin Truex Jr. and Dale Earnhardt Jr. 1 and 2, as we are under caution for the first time here at Daytona. Let's look back and see what happened, caused this wreck. We come here to turns 3 and 4, where he first has a little incident with the wall. After being overtaken by Dale Earnhardt Jr. Just slid up to the wall, tries to squeeze into the outside, but John Nemechek in the 87 is already underneath him, but he tries to thread it anyway, to no avail. John Nemechek nowhere to go, just pummels that 56 around, hits the 60, and Jerry Nadeau gets involved. Tim Fedewa in the 12, the 22's involved. Chase Montgomery maybe gets some damage, but a lot of damage to that 50. Ron Hornaday, a lot of damage to Ron Hornaday. Lots of damage to the 56 in the 2 car. And here comes that 49 car, just pummels that 56 right to the passenger side. And that's what ends the 56's day. I think it probably would have ended anyway, because he did go roof first into the outside wall, but in any case, that 56 car's day is done, and it looks like it's not going to be a good weekend for this 56 team, as he did not have a good race in the Truck Series, and it looks like he's not even going to last 10 laps in the Busch Series. Tough day for this young kid, but many roadblocks come. He'll probably rebuild at Rockingham for the Truck Series, and he may run in the Busch Series next week as well. One way to find out next week. As the field is pacing and getting all sorted out with positions and stuff, we'll take a quick commercial break. Martin Truex Jr. is your leader. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 2nd. The Hershey's Kisses 300 live from Daytona will continue in a moment.
There's a new pizza from Pizza Hut with only one thing on its mind. That's dipping, darling. Introducing Pizza Hut's new Dippin' Strips Pizza. A box full of dipponomically designed strips that just beg to be dunked in 1, 2, 3 delectable dipping sauces. Ranch, garlic, and marinara. All just $9.99 for one topping. So dive into Pizza Hut's new Dippin' Strips Pizza and let the dipping begin. Gather round the good stuff.
Want a race? Ready? Set? Go!
Green flag is in the air.
NBC Sports presents the Hershey Kisses 300. It is presented by Budweiser, the official beer of NASCAR. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Daytona International Speedway for the Hershey Kisses 300. Martin Truex Jr. has led all but 2 laps of today's race, ladies and gentlemen. A dominant performance by this rookie, especially with his teammate, a DEI teammate of Dale Earnhardt Jr., right behind him in that 81 car. And one car we have not talked about all day is our Truck Series champion, Noah Robb. And that Hawaiian Punch 28 car looking to get a sneak peek of what his career is going to become in the Busch Series, as he is the 2003 Craftsman Truck Series champion, looking to get a head start in his career. The pace car's lights are off, and we will go back to green. A couple of laps of pacing have been completed, and we are set to go back racing. A top 5 filled with Busch Series and Truck Series and Cup Series regulars. They are scattered everywhere throughout the racetrack today. But the green flag is back out. Martin Truex Jr. leads them to the line. Single file restart here at Daytona. "13 laps have been completed, ladies and gentlemen. Dale Earnhardt Jr. blocking Martin Truex Jr., trying to get him to some sort of success early in this season. There's not much margin for error in this season, as we do not run the chase system, unlike the Cup Series does. Cup Series runs the chase format, a brand new system that has been introduced last year. They ran the normal system that's been used for over 60 years. Now they've changed it, where now a specific amount of drivers, probably 10, 12, however many, will be able to compete for the championship. But the Busch Series does not have that. We continue to run the old format. As we look on board with Dale Earnhardt Jr., Martin Truex's teammate, as he's getting passed on the outside by the 28 car of Noah Robb. Noah Robb trying to take the second spot away, trying to get his early dose of the lead in the Busch Series. Could come early. Daytona has been known for skyrocketing careers into the stratosphere, but it also is known for plummeting careers down to the Earth's surface. To the inside of Martin Truex Jr., the 28 of Noah Robb, a rookie. Last year's rookie at least, but a rookie in the Busch Series, as he takes the lead away from Martin Truex Jr. Becomes the 3rd different leader of this race. Actually, the 4th different leader. As Noah Robb will lead that lap, block it for his life to the outside and to the inside. As Chance 2 teammates, or DEI teammates, whichever the two. As I got the helicopter cam sponsored by Goodyear. Get a good glimpse of the gaps between first and second, how far they close or how much they expand. 15 laps completed, down turns 3 and 4. Noah Robb has the lead with Dale Earnhardt Jr. still in second. Christopher Rowan in third. David Vickers, last year's runner-up champion, in fourth. And Martin Truex Jr. is in fifth. So we got another pack behind here, led by the 05 of Taylor Fry. Taylor Fry, who was third in the points standings last year of the Cup Series, looking to have a better year for 2004. And he's trying to get some experience at this track, running the Busch Series. So far, he is leading a pack that's behind this pack. Pack of 5 cars, slowly but surely going to become increasing. As you can look at the bottom of your screen, here comes that 05 car on the apron of the track. And you think that would be illegal, but he did not advance his position, so it's not illegal. Just took a peek. 28 car has the lead coming out of turns 3 and 4. Noah Robb getting a good bit of experience here. A lot of these drivers here trying to make a name for themselves, and this is the perfect way to do it, by leading Daytona. You beat a couple of Cup drivers, and you beat a couple of not truck drivers, you beat a couple of Cup drivers, and you will have a really good career. Talk from the experience of David Vickers and David Green, especially. Those two have beaten so many Cup drivers in the 2003 season. David Green and David Vickers still in the Busch Series, however. But David Vickers is running part-time Cup Series, if he can. There's another ride with Chip Ganassi in the 39 car for the season. He'll be running the Daytona 500 tomorrow. Noah Robb leads them to the line. 18 laps completed. Get a little bit of stats here from the 2003 season. David Vickers and David Green were battling it out for the championship, but to no avail. Johnny Benson as well. Oh, David Vickers in the wall. Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the apron. Terrifying sequence of events there down the backstretch, but everybody keeps it clean and safe. Dale Earnhardt Jr. loses a lot of spots, however. Noah Robb holds on to the lead, and Christopher Rowan moves up to the second spot. Chris, who has been really good in the 2003 Winston Cup Series season, won 2 races, Rockingham and North Wilkesboro. A good performance by a rookie in the Cup Series. Racing today with a Truck Series champion right in front of him. 20 laps about to be completed as they're coming up on the lap car. I think that's Jeff Fuller they're coming up on. Go to the front camera, Chris Rowan here. Continuing on with the stats. We have the oh, whoa, hold on, got a little bit of development back here again. 05 for Taylor was on, it was in the grass in turns 3 and 4, but somehow he keeps it clean and keeps it off of Casey Kane. Maybe a little contact there, but nothing too major. Scott Riggs is up in the top 6 group here. Scott Riggs, who was also battling with a championship. I think he was the actual runner-up. I don't know. It's been a long time since his championship was crowned, so I don't remember. It was either David Vickers or Scott Riggs got second in the championship. That's why the standings are right there, so you can see it. But anyway, Noah Robb, who almost broke the record for the most wins in the Truck Series, capped off a dominating performance by coming in second in a photo finish. Travis Pastrana in the last race at Auto Club. A really good battle between him and Travis Pastrana throughout the entire race. And although Noah didn't win the race, he did win the championship. And he had it won by over 600 points. A dominating year by Noah Robb in the Truck Series. And he's looking to continue that sort of dominance in the Truck Series this season. But he has a lot of new drivers and faces down in the Truck Series. So you see this line of cars, it has sort of spread out. It's single file throughout the field. Some parts and some rows being double file, but others mainly just single file. As there are a little less than 100 laps to go, you do want to be conservative on these first couple laps. We've already seen what happened with Skylar Dixon here just on lap 10. Caused a pretty huge wreck in the trioval that took out several cars. Many drivers already out of the race. Tim Fedewa, the 60 car, the 22, the 6, and the 56 all out of the race due to the accident. Lots of drivers damaged. We go on board with several drivers here. You get a good glimpse of how tight the action is here at Daytona. You're only mere inches apart from each other with little room for air. And if you are not good at saving vehicles, then you're not going to be good if you get bumped in these corners. Already seen it a couple times already with drivers saving it. Sliding on the apron, through the grass even. Trying to hang on to it. As we do have a caution. But this is the competition yellow, as this was supposed to be ran in the daytime. But rain caused it to become delayed. Drivers going underneath this lap car. No idea who it is, but Dale Earnhardt Jr. went below the apron to get by him, so that's not illegal because he did advance his position. It is holding up several drivers, however. Well, this is the competition yellow due to the raid that happened earlier today that caused this race to go from daytime to nighttime. And, ooh, a little bit of tire squeak there. Looks like, yeah, it looked like it came from the 05. Probably got into Scott Riggs. Just got a little sideways, but he keeps it saved. 24 laps completed. The competition yellow is here. The Hershey's Kisses 300 live from Daytona International Speedway. It will return in a moment after the break. We'll be back in a moment.
Pookie pie. Do I look fat in these?
Oh, you are so sweet.
Love you.
When you need a moment, chew it over with Twix.
Don't go into the grass. Don't go into turn 3. Don't go into turn 3. God, no. Jerry, don't go into turn 3. Think of your wife. Think of your kids. Don't do it, Jerry. You have so much to live for. Don't go into turn 3. Jerry! Jerry! Why'd you do it, Jerry? Why'd you go into turn 3? We told you not to. No! Jerry! Kentucky Speedway. The most dangerous corner in NASCAR. Dramatic commercial is dramatic. Fuck me.
NBC Sports presents the Hershey Kisses 300, presented by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. 28 laps going to be completed when the pace car rolls down pit road. Noah Robb in the lead and Christopher Rowan in second. Martin Truex Jr. in third. David Vickers in fourth. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. in fifth. A mix between Truck Series drivers, Busch Series regulars, and Cup Series regulars. I have Noah Robb, the 2003 Craftsman Truck Series champion, up at the front of the field, already showing that he could be a very, very, very dominant performer already in the Busch Series. Noah Robb being a single car team in the Truck Series, not looking to have any sort of teammates in this race, is going with whoever he can. As well as manufacturer-wise, we do have a couple of Dodges up at the front of the field, but it's mainly Fords and Chevys. We see the pace car going in turns 3 and 4. Got a question of the race here. And the question of the race is, what manufacturer will win today's race? We have a lot of Fords and Chevys, but can it also be a Dodge? Will it be A, B, or C? Ford, Dodge, or Chevy? Which one of those three? Do have a ton of different manufacturers up at the front of the field, so this question is a tricky one. Do have a tons of Chevys and Fords, and it's hard to find any Dodges, but there are some back up at the front of the field. The green flag's back out, and Noah Robb leads them to the green. Noah Robb hanging on to the first spot. Chris in second, and Martin Truex Jr. still in third. The top 5 still stands after this restart. Nobody jockeying for position much of anywhere. Mainly it's single file throughout the top 10. A little bit of battling behind there. You do see that 05 car more often than not. You're hard to miss him when that bright green and black car. We talked to Taylor about his Cup Series performance in 2003. He said it was mainly a big increase from 2002. Now he's looking to increase it just a little bit more in 2004. Especially with the chase. Could mean just a bunch of potential for that 05 car, or in the 12 for the Cup Series. It's a lot of potential for him. However, the potential for this 28 team of Noah Robb and the 5 team, if you're looking at it in the trucks form, A lot of potential. He is leading a lot of laps already in this race. Already so far with the most laps led. But that's just only 30 laps in this race. That's the chopper cam yet again here. Showing the gaps. If they widen, if they shorten, one or the other. A lot of potential for Noah Robb here. He's showing that he could be a very dominant performer here, but he can only race so many races in the Busch Series. But he does have the whole season in the Truck Series to try to go for 2. David Vickers trying to get a championship under his belt. He came so close yet so far last season, but David Green does own that championship. David Green, on the other hand, did win it. He won this race last year. So it really set the tone for the season when David Green won the Hershey Kisses 300 last year here. And that is quite impressive. If David Vickers or anybody in any Busch Series regular wins today's race, that could set the tone for this season. Back up at the front, Noah Robb here. Only running part-time in the Busch Series as long as it's companion with the Truck Series. So far leading the way. A tenth of a second over Christopher Owen. Martin Truex Jr. gets shuffled out of line here. Falls back to the inside, however. Having a little bit of report that the 81 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. is just not having speed. He had speed early in the race, but for some reason the car has fallen off after the competition yellow. No drivers went down pit road. It was optional to go down pit road. Go on board with our leader here in Noah Robb with 32 laps going to be completed out of turns 3 and 4. Showing that Noah Robb can easily be a dominant performer. And he's showing that he could have a future. He could even make it to the Cup Series by 05 if he wants to. And David Vickers in the 42 trying his hardest to get underneath the 17 of Christopher Owen. Christopher Owen has been known to be very aggressive at super speedways. If it's in the Busch Series, the Truck Series, or even the Cup Series, he'll be aggressive. He wants to win races. He wants to finish up at front. Sometimes it could be bad news for the 17 car. Who knows? The 17 is a Roush car, but it's a companion car. Whoever wants to race in it can race in it. Christopher Owen here is on board camera here. 33 laps completed in today's race. Hard to determine who the winner of this race is going to be early on. I mean, an easy guess would be that 28 car. But we still have 90, a little less than 90 to go, about 85. So it's still pretty early to determine who is going to win this race. A lot of dominant drivers up at the front, but it requires a lot of skill and talent to manage your way up to the front and win a race like this. So far, we have a total of 5 drivers who are out of the race due to the accident and turn on the tri-oval on lap 10. So you see David Vickers going underneath the 17 car for the second spot. 34 laps have been completed in today's race, ladies and gentlemen. More lap traffic here. That is Jeff Fuller yet again. And drivers are splitting them everywhere they can. Ooh, Dale Earnhardt Jr. gets into the wall there. Ooh, he got into the wall pretty hard there. That's going to be a lot of left side damage there. So you see how much Jeff Fuller is holding up the drivers that was up with this group of cars. Now it's starting to spread apart now, thanks to Jeff Fuller being the slow driver. The 21 of Kevin Harvick getting out in front. Bobby Hamilton, our pole sitter, out in front here in second in the group. Mike Bliss, Stacy Compton. Many drivers on the outside trying to get a run here. But a very, very slow car, Jeff Fuller, who was involved in the accident and turned the tri-oval just about right here. There goes Jay Sauter, John Nemechek, many other drivers. Running order has split up a ton here. Lots of drivers have been shaken up by positions and all that. Many, 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 many drivers splitting up into 2 groups 3 groups, it'd be 4 groups. There's a lot of this lead pack only has 4 cars in it. You just see it's a whole second ahead of 5th place of Dale Earnhardt Jr. You can look at it from right here in turns 3 and 4. Just how wide that gap is. The whole thing about Daytona is usually you would think the drivers that are in that group can easily suck back up to these things. The aero package for this is not exactly the best one that we've ever had. It's going to be tough to get up to these drivers. They have to be exceptionally fast in the draft and have good leaders up ahead of each other. You have a slow leader, and everybody behind them is going to go slow, and it's not going to help them one bit. We go on board with David Vickers here at 2nd place, trying to get by this 28 car. David Vickers has been trying his hardest to get a championship under his wing. And winning the Hershey Kisses 300 could put this career right into the hands of a good team. Chip Ganassi has let drivers win championships and let the drivers go. Several years in a row we've seen that happen. We saw it with Jason Leffler in 2002. He won the championship. The next season, he left. Then the season after that, this 2003 season, and Austin Delgado win the championship in a dominating fashion and left Chip Ganassi for MB2. Chip Ganassi has won the Winston title 2 times in a row. But both times drivers left. Now Chip Ganassi has not that much talent left. But enough about the Cup Series. This is the Busch Series. Noah Robb here trying to hang on to the lead over David Vickers. Got the chopper cam yet again. It is just 4 cars in this group. And they're all staying single file. And can you blame them? Can you blame them for staying in this group? 7 seconds. 7.5 seconds over Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the group behind them. Thanks to Jeff Fuller, it is only a 4-car battle for the lead. And they're not even battling for the lead because there's only 39 laps have been completed. So there would be no point in battling for the lead when there is still 80 laps to go when they cross this line. The gap keeps on building and building. These 4 drivers are exceptionally fast. They are fast in the draft and they are working together. There may be some communication issues going on in the second group behind them with Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Dale Fry. Or maybe Dale Earnhardt Jr., who is leading the group, is probably very slow due to the damage that he has on the right side of his car from hitting the turn 1 outside wall when they were trying to pass Jeff Fuller. That may be my thing, as there's no way a pack of over 10 cars cannot catch up a group of 4. Especially when these 4 are jumping out of line a lot. Over 11-second gap now, and it looks like Dale Earnhardt Jr. fell a couple spots, so now the leader of that group now is the 05 Taylor Fry. He's working his way on up, trying to get up to the front of here. Can't even talk. But with an 11-second gap and growing tremendously, that is going to be hard to do for the group behind them. And there is a caution, and this is for debris in turn 2. So that actually helps out the second group behind them. And it helps out the guys right up ahead of here. And you go on board with a pace car here. Look at this group of cars going by. There's Jeff Fuller, Jerry Nadeau. There's the rest of the drivers here as we will go to a commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. 42 laps completed in this race, ladies and gentlemen. We will return in a moment. Hershey Kisses.
Hey you, yes you, I got a question for you, sir. Are you tired of drinking that shitty Chevrolet Latte only from JJ's Cafe? Well, today we added a new thing on the menu to help your needs of taste. Introducing the Pepper Latte. If you are sick and tired of drinking motor oil, well, sir, you're gonna have a healthy body after drinking every ounce of this. Herbs of spices, of peppers, and nutrients absorbed from corn, we decided to make the Pepper Latte. It is amazingly good. Come order it now. Available at JJ's Cafe.
This is fucking nasty. God damn.
Trouble for the 05 of Taylor Fry. Lots of damage to the hood. What in God's green earth happened to the 05 car? We'll have to go back and look. Let's take a look and see what happened to this 05 car. The 05 car at Taylor Fry was coming down pit road because pit stops were happening with a lot of these drivers. Christopher Owen, Mike Bliss, Dalen Earnhardt Jr. Look at the damage to that 81 car. Holy crap, that's a lot of damage. The 05 car, Taylor Fry, comes down pit road. Very, very terrible entry. Look at that. Already missed his pit stall by like miles and stuff. Anyway, he's doing his pit stall. Looking to be a four tire and fuel stop. That everybody else is doing. See, everybody's coming off. And here he comes off pit road. Drivers are passing him. He's coming off pit road. Watch the 25. He beats him off pit road, but is slowing down. So the 05 has to wait. And here comes the 32. David Strimmy gets into the back of the 05 and turns him. Then the 05 car decides to try to get back on the apron. And oh! That is the 14 of Casey Atwood that got into the 05. That's why the 05 is on pit road now. A lot of damage to the front of that car. And that brings us to right now. Pace car's lights are off. Just a terrible... and just, I think you could still see him on pit road with a little bit of smoke in right there. A terrible day by that 05 car. He was up at the front of the field, working his way through the field. Up at the front, working his way up to the front. That caution came out potentially to help him out. And he has pit road incidents with David Stremny and Casey Atwood. Definitely not a good day by that 05 team. We do have interviews. We do have an interview with him. Let's go ahead and quickly get that out of the way.
I'm standing here with Taylor Fry. After finishing
Take that out of your mouth.
in a spot that wasn't in the top 30. Taylor, how do you feel about your performance tonight? Close enough.
Well, we could have had a top 30 if, let's say, certain Bobby Hamilton wasn't too slow on coming out of pit road to get by me coming out of there. And then I got turned by David Stremmy, and that pretty much killed our chances. And then I came down, and then Casey Atwood completely killed me. So, absolutely no talent to both Stremmy and Atwood. You know, Stremmy should have obviously let out and
couple each.
Gave me a shot to shot to actually let Bobby Hamilton by, but no. And Casey Atwood had to kill me. I guess that's what I get for targeting Everham these past few years. But that's why he doesn't have a cup ride anymore.
Oof, Taylor obviously disappointed with his performance and these two drivers.
Obviously upset at the situation. He's out of the car, however, But the crew is gonna work on the car and see if they can get that repaired and able to get that out on track. See if they can get some other extra positions and whatnot. May be able to. Just see what happens here. But Noah Robb still leads. David Vickers in second, Christopher Owen in third, and just look at the gap between the top three and the guys behind them. That's a ginormous gap. Robert Presley in the 47 is behind them in fourth. Question is, can they get up to him? And that'll be the question as we take a quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. 47 laps have been completed. We will return in a moment, live from Daytona International Speedway.
Disturbed, Indestructible, available June 3rd.
4 picks against Grossman and 2 fumbles. What do you see about the Bears? We shut them down that way.
No, we just the Bears are what we thought they were. They're what we thought they were. We played them in preseason. Who the hell takes a third game in a preseason like it's bull? We played them in the third game. Everybody played 3 quarters. The Bears are who we thought they were. And that's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
Thanks, Coach. Matt Leinart will be the only person in this room probably about 5 minutes away.
It's a disappointed coach.
Hey, Coach Mora! We're gonna throw a playoffs party in my backyard. Big screen TV, lots of cold, refreshing Coors Light.
You kidding me?
No! We're even gonna play touch football with the neighbors.
I don't care who you play.
Coach, there's gonna be girls at our party. You think we should talk to them about the playoffs?
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? Playoffs?
Taste the cold of Coors Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL playoffs.
Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
Okay.
Don't talk about it.
I brought it
playoffs?
up.
Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway with our Hershey's Kisses 300. 3-car battle for the lead, and Noah Robb loses the lead to David Vickers. Christopher Owen moves up to the second spot. It is top 3, and all 3 of them are in different series regulars. David Vickers, our leader, is a Busch Series regular. Christopher Owen in second is a Cup Series regular, and in third place is Noah Robb, who is a Truck Series regular and last year's champion. Christopher Owen coming off a very good rookie year, but not the rookie of the year. That goes to Greg Biffle. David Vickers, who was coming off a great season last season, trying to regain it. The top 3 has shown to be very dominant in their respective series. David Vickers won the, not won, he was on the top 5 in the championship standings last season. Christopher Owen won 2 races, however didn't finish good in the standings, exceptionally well for a rookie. And Noah Robb won the 2003 Grassroots Truck Series champion. 50 laps completed or to come across this line. We do have a report that the 05 with Taylor Pry is back on the track, but several laps down and very slow. Trying to gain more positions to try and gain points, because every position is worth a point. Leading a lap is worth another point, and leading the most laps is worth another. In case you didn't know the old format. However, the top 3 still stands with David Vickers, Christopher Owen, and Noah Robb, 1, 2, and 3. I think we can maybe get a good glimpse at the manufacturers here. David Vickers is a Dodge, Chris is a Ford, and Noah Robb is a Chevy. So the top 3 are all different manufacturers as well. Awesome. And that question still stands of which manufacturer is going to win this race. Will it be Dodge, Chevy, or Ford? Going board with a Dodge driver of David Vickers. Got the Chevy driver of Noah Robb right there in third. And right ahead of him is the Ford of Christopher Rowan. There's many other manufacturer drivers in the back there in that pack that is almost 4 seconds behind these guys. Filled with Chevys, Dodges, and Fords, of course. No Pontiacs, that's like I said. Coming up to a couple of lap cars, one of them being the 05 Taylor Fry on the apron there. And that's Jeff Fuller yet again. Jeff Fuller being a very, very slow car today. But when is he not? 52 laps completed. Still not over halfway done with this yet. But a good glimpse of the action here with the onboard. Oh no! And Houston and the 4's around in turn 1. Caution is out. Oh no! Oh, that is Kyle Busch in the 5. Nailing into Houston on the apron there. Ooh, that was a hard lick. Oh, it looked like Dandy Houston was going to keep it rolling, but no, those two get taken out. That brings out the caution. The third one of today. Man, coming to the line. David Vickers will lead him off. Chris second, Noah third. Man. It's a crazy cycle of events there. Austin now. David Vickers. Oh! Blowing up. Oh no! Blowing up. Taylor Fry blew up. Went up the track. Kills. I think that's Steve Grissom and Chase Montgomery. I believe so. I don't even think that zero. I don't even think Taylor knew they were there, but Taylor blew up. He just blew up. I think that damage got to him, and that'll be the end of those 3 drivers' day. Not a good way for that. So that's not good. But we are under caution here at Daytona, the Hershey Kisses 300. We will be right back with more action. Ace car comes out of turn 3 and 4. We'll be back in a moment.
My sister Violet's like, Fish, Sammy, Babu!
Really? Is that how it happened?
Hey!
At McDonald's, you can get one of 8 toys from The Incredibles, a new Disney presentation of a Pixar film.
Hey, go for it, Bill!
Clear right now, looking hard, outside, 24, outside.
Guys, this car is handling really funny.
Would a little rear brake help you? I don't know what's going on. It's rolling a lot.
You don't have to be at the track to listen to your favorite driver. Fan scan.
Outside, looking low, inside.
Only from NEXTEL.
NBC presents the Hershey Kisses 300, and it is being presented by KFC. It is finger licking good. I have a couple cautions already in today's race. I think this is the 4th one of today. We're about to reach the halfway point of today's race, but the pit stops already have happened. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the lead. Mike Bliss in the 20 car is in second. So definitely the running order has been shaken up due to pit stops. We saw those top 3 drivers, David Vickers, Noah Robb, and Christopher Rowan, as they went down pit road and had a poor stop. See the running order as they come by here. Pace cars lights should be going out here, and we'll get the 1 to go next time by. However, we do have another stat here. This leads more towards the Cup Series than in the Busch Series. But I'm going to show it here anyway. For 2 straight years in the NASCAR NEXTEL Cup Series, the driver who ends up winning the last race, which is at Homestead Miami Speedway, ends up winning the Daytona 500. That's 2 years in a row. Jason Leffler won it in 2001, then went on to win the Daytona 500 in 2002. Nick Bergwald went on to win the final race of the 2002 season at Homestead, and then won the 500 that next year, 2003 season. Now, for 2003 to 2004, Cody Savage won the last race of the 2003 series season at Homestead. Can he win the Daytona 500? That's a question that'll be answered when Busch Series race comes up in Rockingham. Then I can talk about the Daytona race because I work on the footage. Shh. The base cars lights are off, however. Down the back stretch they go, lining up to single file for this restart. Dale Earnhardt Jr. saving a little bit of gas there. That's why he's going in front of the pace car. Save a little bit of fuel. It's all legal unless they go green and he's still in front of the pace car. Then that'll be a black flag. He has been told to get back on the track, and he has. We're going to pull up to the pace car here as the pace car is in turns 3 and 4. As we have hit the halfway point of this race. So far, we've seen a lot of cautions, a lot of lead changes. But yet, we have yet to see what many of these drivers have yet to have. Out of turns 3 and 4, the pace car rolls down pit road. Dale Earnhardt Jr. will lead them to the green. The restart for Dale Earnhardt Jr. It's underway. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in first. Mike Bliss in the 20 car in second. Casey Kane third. And it looks like David Vickers is going to take the 4th spot away. He's going to take him 3 wide for second. And he gains a ton of spots. He's going to try and take the lead on the outside. A very dominant first 2 turns by David Vickers. And I am wrong. We have not hit halfway. I was wrong. That's my bad. David Vickers has overtaken Dale Earnhardt Jr. for the lead. As we have reported before, that 81 car has fallen off speed-wise. It showed during that restart, just could not get up to speed faster than that 42 car could. Question is, can he keep up? Here comes that 28 car in Noah Robb and the 17 of Christopher Rowan. Look at those two trying to get up there. Ron Hornaday's up in the mix too. Remember, oh my God, they're about to go 4 wide. They were about to go 4 wide. But they backed off just in the nick of time. Look at Noah Robb, Christopher Rowan pushing through the field. Ron Hornaday's up here, which is especially well considering he was involved in the first accident earlier in the race. Noah Robb trying to get by the 81 Dale Earnhardt Jr. Jr. trying to fend off the 2nd spot. And it's on the inside line, which is the preferred line. Go up to the outside, you're probably not going to have too much success. But then again, the outside line has worked out before. It could work here in this battle. Who knows? It can work in any battle if you have a lot of friends up there. Looks like that outside line really does help out that 28 car in that situation. He's moved on up to the 2nd spot. Across this line, it'll be the halfway point of the race. Bump draft in the 42 mid-corner. That's dangerous. That's really dangerous, but keeps it going. And they're side by side for the lead down the back straightaway. close to bumping into each other and having a door slamming contest, but they keep it side by side. With not a lot of help on the outside line, that 28 car is going to go nowhere. Many drivers start to move on up to the outside line, but it doesn't shape the fact that David Vickers leads that lap. And it's the halfway point of this race. David Vickers trying to start off 2004 with a great start. He ended 2003 with a pretty great ending. Now he's looking to start this season off with a shebang. Still side by side for the lead. Noah Robb is holding on to the lead on the outside, which is very surprising considering the outside line really doesn't work. It's 3 wide behind the top 3 here. Top 4 now. Ron Hornaday is up to the top 5. But like I said, Ron Hornaday is doing exceptionally well for that damage that he had on the front of this car. When Skylar got into the outside wall and almost at the catch fence. We do have a report that Skylar Dixon and everybody that was involved in the accident was checked into the medical center and was released, and they are A-OK. We also have reports that Andy Houston and Untitled Busch also went to the mandatory trip to the care center, and they as well are both A-OK. Andy Houston was a little bit sore, however, but has forgiven Kyle Busch for the incident. And they're looking forward to going on to Rockingham next week. It's a full week of Rockingham next week with the Truck Series going there. We'll find that next Thursday on NBR's channel. Maybe. The Busch Series will go on to Rockingham. Oh, look at the crossover. Oh, that was a very, very, very... That was perfectly executed crossover by that 28 car of Noah Robb. He regains the lead in a just mesmerizing fashion. Incredible. That's incredible. There's Jeff Fuller. They're coming up on him again. And this is, that was an incredible crossover move by Noah Robb. Anyways, back onto the schedule. As the Busch Series race will be at Rockingham. You'll find that here on this channel next Friday night. And the NEXTEL Cup Series season rolls on to its second race in Rockingham. You'll see that on NBR's channel next Saturday. Maybe. 63 laps completed. We are hitting over the halfway point at least. That's what I was trying to say. Jeff Fuller going to go another lap down, and it's going to split up the field tremendously. As there is a lot of side-by-side and 3-wide action, it's going to split up. Oh, it's going to hurt our points leader and the runner-up, I think, of David Green and Scant Reeks. Let me do a little bit of something here. Out of turns 3 and 4, Noah Robb hanging on. Although the pack is split up, it is not split by much. Not by much. Yes, David Vickers was in second place at the end of the season. And he was behind the points leader by a little over 200 points. So, I can confirm that. Also confirm that the 0 car of Morgan Shepherd has moved on up to the Cup Series. Whether it be full-time, part-time, sometime, I don't know. At turns 3 and 4, David Vickers regains the lead. And 65 laps have been completed. Go to the chopper cam yet again here. And David Vickers is holding on to the lead. And in second place is Christopher Rowan and John Nemechek. Look at how look at Noah in the 28 there on the outside line. Look at how close he is getting to these cars. He's getting real close to them. Look at how close he gets right there. Oh! Oh! Look out there. He's gonna get. If he gets too close, it's gonna be trouble. Oh! He gets too close. It's gonna end. It's gonna end terribly. So far, so good. John Nemechek on the outside there, trying to help out the 28. Oh, he's gonna split him 3 wide. Better hold his line. This is what's great about the chopper camera here. Chopper? I don't know what I'm saying. Copter camera by Goodyear. You can see how close these cars get. Oh! He's trying to squeeze into the inside line. Don't get too close, man. Don't get too close. You get in a little too close, and that'll smell trouble for not only you, but to many of the drivers behind you. Keeping an eye on that 28 car there. And it turns 3 and 4. Trying to sneak another pick. No, he gets sideways. Oh, into the little wall goes the 28. And he keeps it saved. And he keeps it saved. However, lots of damage. Lots of damage. And he lost a ton of spots. Still in the top 10. And he got touched by Jay Sauter, the 75. He's in the top 5 now, which is exceptionally well. That was a scary, scary moment for a 28 car. That was a scary moment from all of us here. Jesus. David Vickers still holds on to the lead here over Christopher Oad. Just see how close they are together. They are nose to tail almost. They come out of turns 3 and 4. You can look at the gap between each group of cars here. There's Noah Robb. He goes by the screen. And this is mainly caused by all the lap traffic that has come to play after the lap 10 crash. Or the lap 9 crash. I believe it's lap... I'm going to say it's lap 10. So we got David Vickers in the lead. Christopher Oad in second. Got Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 4th. Actually 3rd. He moved on up to the 3rd spot. That's why I was confused. I was wondering who we passed. He did get by. Yeah. There's Ron Hornaday. What happened to the 3rd place driver last time? I'm not sure. Not so sure what happened. It happened. Alright, several drivers shift positions. 70 laps completed. We're on board with Christopher Oad here. Trying to hang on to the 2nd place. And speaking of Roush, Mark Martin will make his Daytona 500 return not next week, tomorrow. I guess tomorrow at Daytona. Coming across the line, David Vickers holding off Christopher Oad. Look at this big field of cars that they're gonna have to go by, whether it be to the inside or to the outside. They are single file, so that's good news. If they were double file, they could smell a lot of trouble. They are moving up to the outside, so that's also good news. Jerry Nadeau in the 55. That's a lot of damage. That's a tough way to start your 2004 season. Jeff Fuller, the 88, going to be lapped again. Get a good glimpse of the cars zooming by there. At it turns 3 and 4. And it has separated into a 3-car group. It's a battle for the lead from here on out. 71 laps completed here at the Hershey Kisses 300 live from Daytona. We will return in a few short moments. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in a moment.
The sound of justice. Darkness imprisoning me. All that I see, absolute horror. I cannot live, I cannot die. Hey, I'm your life. I'm the one who took you there. Wish I may, wish I might. Wax for my daddy, oh, some kind of monster. Waiting for the war now. We're so fucked. Shit out of luck. Hardwired to self-destruct. Blacked out. Pop queen, amphetamine, the screams crashed in the silence. Metallica!
Goodbye, splatter of alien gore. Goodbye, strange indoor trees. Goodbye, deadly bunker, old friend. Goodbye, giant windmill thingy of unknown purpose. Goodbye, evil obelisk. Goodbye, place where I got sniped, blown up, ambushed, incinerated. Good times. Yeah.
Once you bid fond farewell to Halo 2, pre-order Halo 3 at GameStop. Power to the players. Rated M for mature.
Cookies with smooth caramel and chocolate. Mmm, Twix. Also available in peanut butter.
Bright ideas and an Oreo cookie. It's a bright idea to dunk it or to crunch it or unscrew it or to lick it or to trick it. But no matter what you do, it's true. It's fun to munch a creamy, crunchy chocolate. Oreo goes great with imagination. Puts the yum in your creation.
Oreo and Oreo double stuffed cookies.
Driver's ready! Hey, wait, whoa. What are we racing for anyway? For fun? How about let's race for a Coke? Go! Out the road, buddy. Harvick, come on. Got some horsepower, Bobby. Come on, DJ, get out of the way. Going down, Walter. Sorry, Kyle. No problem. I just wrecked in turn 5. Last lap. Nice race, guys. Yeah.
Hey, Kevin, we need you in the pits. Oh, dang. Sorry about your little car, Tony.
The game's dragging on. There's strikes on the batter. Some runners are on. Then suddenly everyone's looking at me. My mind has been wondering, what could it be? They point to the sky and I look up above, and a baseball falls into my glove. I play right field. It's important to know. You gotta know how to catch. You gotta know how to throw. That's why I play in right field, way out where the dandelions grow.
As a proud sponsor of Little League Baseball, Pizza Hut welcomes all the kids who make it great.
Making it great.
race? Ready, set, go.
Green flag is in the air.
NBC presents the Hershey Kisses 300 live from Daytona International Speedway. 39 laps to go here in today's race, and the top three still stands as it was just a couple of laps ago. David Vickers out in front, Christopher Rowan in second, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. in third. David Vickers is surrounded by top tier NASCAR NEXTEL Cup Series drivers. Christopher Rowan won 2 races last season. The first Rockingham race and North Wilkesboro. Dale Earnhardt Jr., a very popular driver in the NEXTEL Cup Series season. And he's driving in DEI. Got Dodge, Ford, and once again Chevy in the top 3. We saw this earlier with Noah Robb being in to replace Dale Earnhardt Jr. for the 3rd spot in the Chevy. And now Dale Earnhardt Jr. is trying to get a win under his belt. We reported earlier that the 81 was having speed issues, and now it looks like they may have overcome it with the latest pit stop. May have found the issue, probably was tire pressures, maybe the car was too loose or tight, they had to get off the throttle a little bit. Who knows what could have happened to cause that 81 to have not a lot of speed when it was in the draft with other people. Because he is up at the front with these two battling for the lead. If he wanted to, he can make passes for the lead. There's still a lot of time, however. There's still 40 laps to go. They're coming up to more and more lap drivers. So, of course, there could be time where the 81 could be held up and dropping positions, but they are still 5.5 seconds ahead of Casey Kane and the pack behind them. They come up to this pack of cars here. That's a pack of 5, and they are really battling a lot. Kevin Harvick, Mike Harmon, Rainey LaJoy, and the driver of the 23. The driver of the 23 has me confused. Yeah, Eric McClure. He is an ARCA driver, from what I remember. We had a driver named Tim Foster. He was originally supposed to be in the 23 this season, but at the last second, Eric McClure came to replace him for the 2004 season. Whether it's part-time for Tim, whether it's full-time for McClure, and whether or not Tim Foster's still a free agent, so he could either go to the Truck Series or still find a ride in the Busch Series. That's something. Tim Foster was part-time last season, and the starts that he did make, he didn't relatively have any good finishes. David Vickers has the lead, however, still. And while this is a good time to pull up the 2003 Busch Series standings once more, and it is appearing more or less on the right side of your screen instead of the center. You take a look and see how many drivers had starts and where they were at. Get a good glimpse of how everybody did in 2003. You get a onboard look at top 3 here. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Christopher Rowan, and David Vickers for top 3. 10 seconds over the guys behind them. Jeff Fuller gets lapped yet again. Over 10 seconds. That's the margin between first to fourth. That's a third to fourth. So it's a 3-car battle for the lead, but not that many people are battling for any sort of position. Instead, they're all laying back, waiting for the final 20 laps, which are coming up very, very shortly. This race has been quite the race. We've seen battles for the lead and we've seen breakaways. And this is so far the farthest margin between one group to another. We had an 11-second gap before, but that is looking to increase coming next time by. You see the top 10 is very, very spread out. And only 18 drivers are still on the lead lap. See the standings here. Fastest lap goes to Casey Kane on the 38. Very fast driver, at least on the lap that he got the fastest lap on. Go on the rear camera of our leader, David Vickers. It is definitely quite the race for Dodge, as Dodge has led the most laps today. Most laps led has been given to David Vickers. We've seen dominating performances by Martin Truex Jr., Noah Robb, David Vickers, and now here comes a lead change. Christopher away into the 17, looking underneath, and he got it. Turn 3, he got it. So there's our first lead change in the second half of today's race. Christopher Rowan trying to win in the Busch Series. David Vickers being sandwiched by Cup Series regulars. The question remains as to whether or not a Busch Series regular will win today's race, or if a Cup Series driver will win it. Maybe even a Truck Series driver. There's still Noah Robb, and he is, I believe, the only driver left on the field that is in the Truck Series, either full-time or part-time. New faces in the Truck Series, new faces in the Busch Series, and new faces in the Cup Series. That's how it is in every single season, in every single series in NASCAR. Wherever there's veterans, there's always rookies. And whatever veterans make veteran-like moves, the rookies always make the rookie-style moves. So far, we've seen the rookies making some mistakes. Saw Noah go to the outside and hit the wall a couple times. We even see rookies make veteran moves and veterans making rookie moves. Saw here earlier today. Saw Noah Robb, a rookie, making a veteran-like maneuver on the outside, getting the lead. And we saw veterans making rookie-style moves. We saw Taylor in pit road, who was a veteran in the series, cutting down onto the apron and getting murdered by Casey Atwood, a former Cup Series driver. Of course, that could have been avoided. He could have just taken the EOL, but I don't think Taylor wanted to take that EOL for some that he didn't do. David Stremme turned him up the track, and that would have given Taylor the black flag for the EOL. But that's happened in the past. Taylor is out of the race as he blew up, coming to a caution flag. At least he got some sort of amount of laps in. And it was the same way that his brother got out of the race too. Kevin Fry from the Truck Series got into an accident but was able to get it repaired. But somehow he still managed to finish inside the top 15. And that was, of course, Kevin Fry's first NASCAR Truck Series start. I can't remember who won the Truck Series race. I think it was Noah Robb. So Noah Robb is definitely looking forward to getting a good position finish in today's race. Although he did hit the wall. He was in the top 3, and he did lead a couple of laps earlier in the race, but he made a mistake, got into the wall, and wound out outside the top 10. The only thing that could save him, and especially the guys that are over 15 seconds behind the top 3, is a caution. And whether that'll happen in the next couple of laps or not, or if this race is going to go green the entirety of the way, is the main question. We have a lot of different tracks that we're going to this year. Many of them are a companion race, either the trucks or the Cup Series, or even both. One track that we are looking forward to going, and it will be broadcasted, is we are going to the famous fantasy track of Old Spice Speedway. Yes, you heard that right. Old Spice Speedway from the EA games will be a track that we go to this season. Whether it'll be a good race or whether we have the road course rules where there's no cautions and it is completely a crazy, crazy race, that is something we got to do. Something we got to look out for in the next couple of months. Christopher Rowan still holds on to the lead. David Vickers in second and Dale Earnhardt Jr. in third. Still a relatively quiet race with the amount of cautions that we've had today. We've had 4 cautions. 3 of them weren't from... Actually, no, not 4 cautions. 5 cautions. Sorry. 5 cautions. 3 of them were from either debris or the competition yellow for the rain. The debris cautions were definitely... They came off of somebody's car that were damaged in the wrecks earlier in the race. Question is, who? Although I don't think it'll matter much anymore, considering that those cautions are done and over with in the past, and we are left with almost 15 laps to go, and the top 3 are battling single file, and that's about it, really. The gap between first place of Christopher Rowan to 10th place of Jay Sauter is over 23 seconds big. And I think the caution is out. Yes, it is. The caution is out. And I am getting a report from the NASCAR control tower that it is for debris again. Debris on the racetrack yet again. This time it's on the backstretch. It was probably left behind by either John Nemechek or somebody else because they were on the backstretch when the caution came out. The caution has come out, so that means we'll take one more. I don't want to say one more. There may be another caution. Who knows? We'll figure that we'll take another quick commercial break. Whether it be the last one, whether it be a couple more. We're going to take a quick commercial break, however. Hershey Kisses 300 live from Daytona International Speedway. We will return in a moment.
Turn left in 200 feet. Turn left in 200 feet.
Hello?
Hi, honey, it's Mom.
I'm a little busy here, Mom.
Okay, honey, be sure and buckle up. Bye.
Traffic ahead. Off route. Recalculating. Turn left in 200 feet. Arriving at finish line.
Garmin. Don't just get there. Arrive.
The Hershey's Kisses 300 live from Daytona International Speedway is presented by Pepsi, the #1 soft drink of NASCAR. About to get the one to go here. Everybody's still sorting out and filing up. Caution out for debris. That's going to bring everybody back up to the front of this field here. As the field is coming their way back up to the front here. We'll get the one to go here. And we will restart with just over 20 laps to go. Martin Truex Jr. in the 4th place spot. John Nemechek a lap down. Christopher Rowan still out in front. David Vickers in 2nd. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 3rd. One thing's for certain. It's going to be a hectic finish. It's not going to be a 1, 2, 3 single file finish like the top 3 hoped. Not planned, hoped. And now since the field is more clustered together, will we see more action up towards the front than we've had all day today? There's 20 laps to go, or just a little under, if not over. I don't know. I don't know how many laps there are left until I pull up the ticker. So that means that these drivers are going to be very, very aggressive. But how will they make their moves on up to the front? Will they go to the outside? We've seen the outside lane work with Noah. Will they go to the inside? We always see that work. It's preferred line. Out of turns 3 and 4, the pace car is about to go down pit road, and we're going to get the 20 laps to go here at Daytona for the Hershey's Kisses 300. The pace car is down pit road. Chris will lead them off to the green flag. We have a little less than 20 to go, and the green flag's back out. Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to take the 2nd spot already. Dale Earnhardt Jr. getting his bumper right in the quarter panel of that 17 car. Nearly turned him, but keeps it straight. David Vickers tries to make a move on the outside. Doesn't work. On turns 1. 17 car Christopher Rowan still holds on to the lead. The top 10 goes as follows. Oh, wait, hold on. Give me a minute. 28's around. Can he keep it saved? No, he is sideways off the wall. Oh, keeps it off the wall, but either way, that's a caution because he is in the grass and sideways. A threat to the competition. And that is Noah Robb, the Truck Series champion. And he spins the tires trying to come back onto the track, and that will be a caution. And they'll have to race back to the line this time by, as they did cross the line before the caution came out. And they're already down the backstretch yet again. There's the caution lights. Side by side for the lead. David Vickers has 2 tires inside the yellow line, but doesn't advance his position. Christopher Rowan still hangs on to the lead. I'll go through the top 10 when we come across the line and we get ready for the restart. Or at least we pace and then we restart. And with 18 laps to go, your top 10 goes as follows. Christopher Rowan comes across the line in 1st. David Vickers 2nd. Dale Earnhardt Jr. 3rd. Martin Truex Jr. in 4th. Ron Hornaday 5th. Robert Presley 6th. I think that's Robert Presley. Let me look. Is that... No, that's not Robert Presley. That's Ashton Lewis. Excuse me. No, that's not Randy LaJoy. Who's in the 99? Yeah, it was Randy LaJoy. I'm getting my names confused here. Randy LaJoy in the 99. In 7th, Scott Riggs in 8th. And the 75 car... No. Wait, Carl Edwards is a lap down. So, yeah, there he is. Ernie Sadler's a lap down. Joey Shepard's a lap down. There's Scott Riggs. Jay Sauter in 9th. And in 10th place is the champion, last year's champion, David Green. So, we'll take another commercial break, but this one will be a quickie, as the wreck was a quick one, so the pace laps will be quick. We'll return in a moment from Daytona.
Yo, man, how's it going? Oh, editing? Oh, so you're, okay. So, I was gonna head down to the pool. I was wondering if you were gonna come and swim with me? Yeah, just let me finish this, and I'm gonna go downstairs and we'll grab my swim trunks, and then I'll be heading out to the pool. Alright, see you out there. Okay. What? What? Oh, shit. Shit. I left my swim trunks at Cleveland. Fuck. I guess there's only one thing to do now. Looks like I gotta do the jingle. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Ooh. Why am I not in my State Farm course? Anyway, what do you want? Yeah, so, I kind of want to go swimming with my friend outside. Well, the problem with that is I don't have my swim trunks, and I left them at Ohio. So I was wondering if you could pop up a pair of swim trunks for me. If this does not involve your car breaking down in the middle of the street or your house being set on fire, I don't have the rights or the privilege to give your broke ass a stupid pair of swim trunks. If you want your own pair of swim trunks, you go march your ass right up to fucking Walmart and buy a pair. Thank you. Now goodbye.
Find out what else State Farm agents can do for you at yagent.com.
Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway, the Hershey's Kisses 300. Live from Daytona International Speedway. We've seen strategy all over this racetrack. We've seen drivers take 2 tires. We've seen drivers take 4 tires. With 20 laps to go, do the drivers in the back go down pit road to try and see if they can get up to the front with the fresh tires? Or will they be able to get back up to the front at all? If we have more cautions, it's just going to use up more laps. And the more laps we use, the less time you have to get up to the front. Especially with all these lap cars up at the front of the pacing line. That's not going to be a happy figure. But that's all up to the drivers and the crew chiefs. They want to risk it for the biscuit, go ahead. There's not a lot of drivers left on the lead lap, so you're not going to lose many spots. Especially if you just got done wrecking your car. The pace car is going down pit road. We'll stop talking about pit strategy and we'll talk about the race that's going to be resuming. As the green flag for Christopher Rowan is back out. And we're back racing. 14 laps to go. Ladies and gentlemen, David Vickers trying to win the Hershey Kisses 300 to become the first Busch regular driver to win in 2004, especially in the first race. Can he do it? That's the question. Down the backstretch, a 2-car battle for the lead, while the 2 teammates, Martin Truex Jr. and Dale Earnhardt Jr., are bump drafted. Bump draft. Got Ron Hornaday in the 2-car right behind the 2 teammates. John Nemechek holds up the guys behind the top 5. Crossing the line. 13 to go. It is a make or break situation for many drivers. Do these drivers make moves now, or do they make it before the white flag? A little bit before the white flag, if not the white flag. Do you want to be the leader, or do you want to be chasing down the leader? That's the question every driver has on their mind, especially in these kinds of races, where a split second could turn you from the leader to wrecker. Going board with Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 3rd place right now, trying to chase down the two drivers ahead of him. Christopher Rowan in 1st, David Vickers in 2nd, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 3rd, Martin Truex Jr. 4th, Ashton Lewis in 5th, Ron Hornaday in 6th, Randy LaJoie 7th. Can't remember who's in the 37 car in 8th. Nor do I remember the 25 car in 9th. And Jay Sauter in 10th. I need to get better with Busch Series names. I'm sorry. Top 3 are managing to spread out just a tad bit. However, the aggression levels are still massive. Little room to err for Daytona. Little room to err at all at any super speedway, especially Talladega, where it's faster and a little wider. But either way, you don't want to slow down the drivers behind you so abruptly, nor do you want to make a mistake, especially when you're on the inside line. Any moment could be a big one. Any moment could be a huge wreck. Any moment could turn your career from your peakest point of your career all the way to the lowest peak of your career. David Vickers trying to chase down Christopher Rowan for the lead. The 2 teammates right behind him, DEI, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Martin Truex Jr. They're trying to chase down these 2 and pass them. 10 laps to go here in the Hershey Kisses 300 live from Daytona International Speedway. Lots of help from the outside. Ooh, little shot in the corner there. That slows down Martin Truex Jr. tremendously, and now Ron Hornaday takes the 4th spot away. And that is very bad news for driver Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Martin Truex Jr. as those 2 can't work together as they are separated by Ron Hornaday and a little bit of space. A side-by-side battle for the lead brews on. Nothing that David Vickers could do if he's on the outside all alone, but he slots back into the inside. Now he tries to make another move to the outside. Couldn't do it once, try it again. Side by side for the lead. 9 laps to go here at the Hershey Kisses 300. Getting a little bit of that side draft. Still dead even. But that outside line with little to no help smells bad news for drivers who are on the outside. If he can't get to him to the outside, he's going to try and get to him on the inside. Trying to stick his nose underneath them. On the apron they go, shoving him down on the apron. Christopher Rowan trying to defend his lead as they are 3 wide behind him, a couple of rows back. Come across the line, 8 laps to go here at the Hershey Kisses 300 live from Daytona. David Vickers trying to regain the lead. Spreading out a little bit, trying to get a big jump here on the outside. He's got a lot of help from the DEI teammates. Not a lot of help out there. But that will give the inside line advantage to David Green. That was who was in the 37 car. David Green, last year's champion, as they split Jeff Fuller 3 wide once again. David Vickers, ladies and gentlemen, takes the lead. The battle for second goes on. Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to pass his NEXTEL Cup Series buddy for the second spot. Side by side for the second place. It's a tough cookie to break. If you can break the draft, you pretty much sold yourself to the devil, basically, because that's not how you're going to win this race. You got to block the outside. You got to block the inside. You got to block the middle line. You got to block every single line you can, wherever anybody comes from. Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying his hardest to stick his nose into the inside line. Well, with a lot of traffic down there, that will not work. Out of turns 3 and 4, David Vickers holds on to the lead with 6 laps to go. David Green slots up to the outside line. Coming across the line with 6 laps to go. Down to turn 1. And oh, trouble! Turn 1! Heavy impact for LaJoie. Oh no! Huge crash here. Martin Truex Jr. barrel rolled 3 or 4 times. Coming to the line. Back to the line here. Down to the apron. David Vickers down in the apron. Side by side for the lead. It is a 4-car battle for the lead here. David Vickers shoves Chris up the track. Out of turns 3 and 4. David Vickers trying to hold on to the lead. Casey Kane right there in the 3rd spot. And David Green taking a 3 wide for the 2nd spot. A 3 wide battle is going to hurt them a lot. David Vickers beats him to the line. But we may be able to get this race restarted. Well, let's look back and see what happened at this crash. Get a good glimpse of the action right here. Dale Earnhardt Jr. tries to cut to the inside of Randy LaJoie, but ends up turning him. Look at how close David Green was to getting involved in that. Oh, that was really close. And then Randy LaJoie bounces off the outside wall, hits the 81 right into his teammate. And that sends both the cars a-spinning. Now let's look at it more of a faster slow motion style. Look at that hard hit to the outside wall to Martin Truex Jr. And then cuts down right underneath Bobby Hamilton. And that's what causes the 8 car to go barrel rolling once, twice, 3 times? 3 times. Over side, end over end. Martin Truex Jr.'s day comes to a rolling end. Get a couple of replays on this one here. Get frame by frame here. Try to get it where I want it to. Alright. On board with Martin Truex Jr. here. You see his teammate already cut down on Randy LaJoie, and this is what he saw in his camera. Hits the wall, comes down to 25, and once, twice, 3 times, side over side, end over end. And that's how his day ends. It was only a 4-car pileup, it looked like. So there's that, and then here's the replay for the battle for the lead. And we will have a restart with 1 lap to go. And this was an exciting battle for the lead, no doubt about it. Here it was one more time, in case you missed it. 3 wide for the lead. Not for the lead, but for 2nd place. David Vickers has the lead. But that is how we are under caution. The Hershey Kisses 300. And right now we are set to have a 1-lap shootout here in today's race. A Dodge is out in front of a Ford, and another Dodge is in 3rd. Actually, no, that's not 3rd. That's Casey Kane, who's a lap down. My mistake. I keep forgetting that Casey Kane is a lap down. Well, we will go to a commercial break real quick, and we will go non-stop here. So we will return when the pace car's lights are off. We'll return in a moment. Live from Daytona.
I love my work. I really have the best job in the world. Hey, how are you? Everyone that I have ever met likes everyday low prices.
I know if I came here, I got the best deal.
You can go into Walmart and know it's a huge team effort to ensure that you're getting these low prices.
It makes me feel like I've got somebody on my side.
On our 39th anniversary and every day of the year, always.
When I walk out of here with my receipt, I see my savings.
Everyone likes to save money. It makes you feel good.
Two laps to go here at the Hershey Kisses 300, but only one will be determined under racing conditions. This will be the last pacing lap of today's race, and when we restart, it'll be down to how can that 42 car block for his life. He'll be blocking that 17 car of Christopher Rowan. And if you know Chris, you know he can be very aggressive, especially under a white flag one-lap shootout. It is going to be a hell of a restart by either David Vickers or Christopher Rowan. If David Vickers makes a mistake on this restart at 17, we'll capitalize. But there is always David Green, who's in third. He's only separated by Casey Kane in that 38 car. Even he and the drivers behind them could take advantage of a mistake by the top two drivers. But that is probably not going to happen because David Vickers and Christopher Rowan are veterans in their respective series. David Vickers, a veteran in the Busch Series, as he is a Busch Series regular. Christopher Rowan is a veteran in the Cup Series. Pace car's in. The white flag is out for David Vickers, and we are back racing here at Daytona. The white flag is out. One more time around for these two drivers and many other drivers behind them, but they are being held up by Casey Kane, so it's a two-car battle for the win. David Vickers holding on to Christopher Rowan 1 and 2. Chris looking to the outside, then to the inside. Down the backstretch they come. 1, 2, 3, 4, and many others. David Green gets by the lap car of Casey Kane, but so does Noah Robb. He has a pretty fast car after what happened earlier in the race with his little spin. But out of turns 3 and 4, Chris looking to the inside. Here they come to the stripe. It probably won't be enough. Chris is going to look to the outside, but it's too little too late. Checkered flag, David Vickers. David Vickers wins a Hershey's Kisses 300. Ladies and gentlemen, a great way to end this race off. A Busch Series regular wins the first race of the season. You know we're going to have an intense rivalry between the Busch Series drivers, the Cup Series regulars, and the Truck Series regulars, as they are going to come and go throughout the season. As Christopher Rowan congratulates the 42 on his win, his well-deserved win. Noah Robb will come home third. The top three can't say it. The top three drivers, each one of them are from a different series. You'll see the official list of standings coming up just a little bit after David Vickers does his celebratory burnouts down pit road. That's a little dangerous to be down there, just to let him know. He's done this before. He gets out of the way just in time. And we will have interviews and stuff like that here. David Vickers wins it. Gatorade quenching thirst for victory. I believe that's how they say it. I don't know. He'll be in Gatorade victory lane, however. And with that, we will go on to the official standings. That'll appear on the right side of the screen, as well as point standings will come up just after that. And we will now turn it to some interviews from drivers in the race. So let's take it down to the first interview.
Standing by here with Skylar Dixon.
Oh, Rick.
Skylar, you just didn't have enough at the end. You know, you got involved in a crash early. What happened?
I lost my head, you know, wrecked the 87 car. It's not, I mean, if you actually watch the race, you'll understand. It's not a hard concept.
Obviously very upset. Good luck at Rockingham next week.
I promise you I will in the truck series, because I'm never running this race again.
All right.
Not with that little talent.
I'm standing here next to Dale Earnhardt Jr. Junior, you had a great car all day. What happened?
Well, I was trying to slot back in line there at the end. Just didn't work out. 8 was pushing behind me, and yeah, I mean, that's just racing, I guess. I don't know what to say about that. I'm more worried about Martin right now, so you know, I hate it for him. I hope he's all right, you know. But yeah, great car all day long, so can't wait for tomorrow's race. Really can't. I love this racetrack, and we have a really good run at it, so hope we can win it tomorrow.
That is Dale Earnhardt Jr. up.
Standing here with Noah Robb. Noah, you had a really fast car. Led a large chunk of the laps today. Was it just not having enough at the end?
It was 121 lap race. Probably would have won the race. And it was a 120 lap race, so I'll be in the big hauler telling them that we should make this a 302.5 mile race because I like weird numbers.
No, Rob, happy I was top 5, but still a little disappointed. Didn't have quite enough there at the end.
I'm standing here with Christopher Rowan in the 17 car. You finished second, and you led for most of the race. What happened?
Just that 42 car. He was just quicker. I'd like to thank all these guys on the 17 team. I wanna say get well, Matt. We miss you down here. Boy, I got tense there for a while. It was like we were really close on fuel. We didn't know if we were gonna make it, but I'm happy to get a top 5 for the 17 group.
And that's Christopher Rowan, hoping to make a name for himself at the Daytona 500 tomorrow. Let's go to victory lane!
Dr. Pepper spraying from the sky. David Vickers climbing from the vehicle that charged him to victory. Yes. And he's not going to slip when he gets off the car.
Okay.
Incredible. David he dropped the Coke to Dr. Pepper. Still
I got a second one.
He's got a second one. How did you pull off this victory in this race? Possibly one of the biggest Busch races of the year.
Well, we had definitely one of the top cars.
Really?
It was, I'd say, like, not the best, but like
incredible.
3rd or 4th. Everyone just kept working when we were down at one point. We just kept working, and look what happened. I dedicate this to Matt because, you know, he's in the hospital, everything, all that. Everyone misses him down here.
Congratulations on the victory.
Gracias.
Back to the boot.
Now, a little update with Martin Truex Jr. He has been transported to Halifax. He's in
Martin Truex.
He is in